Hello everyone. Welcome to another Clossi Approach series video. We're at game number 3 of the 15Q to 10Q section. And we have a volunteer, Demi Goai, who actually has been watching the series for quite a while, quite a couple weeks, and has improved very quickly. So congrats to Demi. And now he is actually participating in the series. So welcome. And thank you for volunteering. So, as per usual, we are going to focus on just the basics of the Clossi approach, applying it perfectly to single digit Q at single digit Q level. And what I mean by that is single purpose moves every single turn, just done correctly. And then we're going to figure out what is our opponent doing different and how do we turn that into a victory, basically, and finding the flaws with our game. Just making sure that every single move is single purpose perfect. That's pretty much what we're doing, and so we're just going to continue that. We are white today, so yeah, let's go ahead and resume. Have a good game. So open corners first. As soon as they play. Thinking a long time. All right. So we're going to prevent the cross because it's just simpler. So I'm going to play a star point. Okay. 3-4. So I can go 4-4. I could also go 3-4, but I like doing the opposite. I'll go 4-4. Now, open sides. So top, left, and right. Right is probably most interesting because this is fourth line, and fourth line, fifth line. So probably the right's most interesting. So we can just wedge, boop, just wedge. Easy peasy. And then we can just make a base. No big deal at all. Could have also approached, was fine too. But no big deal at all. Oh, the real secret to being strong at the reason I'm strong at Go is because I drink smart water. It makes me smart enough to play Go. I apologize for that joke. Okay, direction to play is the left side because he already has an extension, an enclosure. So I'm gonna play pincer. I could go high. Actually, I haven't done a lot of high in this series. Low is, I think, easier to play for most people. But I'll do high because we have support. We'll do high. No, I do not have a sponsor. It's just I actually have a smart water, and I thought it was a funny joke. I will say more water bottles need to be like this large because the amount of water I drink while streaming, um, these little cups just don't cut it, man. I need like a lot of water. All right. AI Sensei was a sponsor. It's not anymore. Yeah. Okay. So defense first. Make a base. Boop. Make a base. And we're gonna go low because it's black on the side. All right. So defense first. So we're gonna respond to this, and direction of play is the top side. Yeah, just pincer, I guess. Could go here to try to support this and then attack, but probably thinking too much at that point. We're not worried about combinations yet. We'll worry about combinations single digit Q. I'm just gonna go direction of play. Ooh, fancy. Okay, the response to this is to just play right here. This is cool. I'm glad he played this because now I get to show you guys. If they counter pincer, you just want to surround the stone and try to connect through. Just connect while surrounding. This is maybe a single digit Q idea, but we should definitely know Joseki's. So the Joseki here is just to make a tiger's mouth, which cuts a stone and keeps your base. This one might also be acceptable, but it's a little worse shape. So I'm going to play the move. And if you don't know it, you should, of course, look it up after the game. right? Learn your Joseki after the game. All right. Now the next move I want to play is here to make a base, but I'm sure there's a sequence that a lot of people are worried about, which is push, block, connect under. But I can Atari and cut, and I'm fine, but he makes two Ys. Um, all right, all right. So double-digit Q basics. Let's not worry about playing perfect. Let's just fix our problems. So I can either capture it here or capture it here. If I go here, I think there's a forcing move right there. So I'm gonna go here with less forcing moves. The fancier way to do it is here, but simple shapes at this level. Simple shapes. Simple, simple, simple. We just need to be simple at this level. As long as we do our job, that's what's important. Do the job. We check our cutting points, check our weaknesses, and we do the job. Defense first, make a base. We'll eventually get Sente. Don't worry. We're just going to keep playing defense. All right. Not worried about that. Second line slow. And we have, he's not on both sides just yet, so we don't have to jump. And we have a weak group here, so make a base. Now he can't, since this is fourth line, he can slide under, so we will need one more move to complete this base. But this is the start. We could also just run away if we wanted to, if we really wanted to surround this, but it's simple enough to, it's nice to have some ice space. It's always nice to have some ice space. Someone who's only been playing a couple weeks. Our opening's quite good. Okay, weak groups. Probably yes, still want one more move here. It also takes black's ice space. So this is a pretty nice spot to get. And that completes the base. Pretty much, yeah. There's a stone on both sides, so I'm not sure how much Aji. I might want to jump. Or maybe a jump right here is probably better. So if I get the chance to jump, I'm going to. So he ignored. So I'm finally fine everywhere. I still have this move and this move, so my corner right here is good. So now it's time to attack. All right. So he has a weak group without a base. So surround. Boom. If I can get a jump off here, that'd be nice, but I'm going to focus on surrounding because I do have a lot of ice space there. That's 3 moves for defense. It's a lot. So cap to surround. All right. Cap to surround. We're just going to keep surrounding. We could check the cutting points, but I'm a little bit worried about the Liberties right here on this stone. All right, so can I keep surrounding? Because that would be very nice if I can. Honey, there. There. I'm still connected. He goes in, push there, push, connect under, and then turn and connect. So I don't think I have any problems. I don't see any cutting points. I don't see him taking my base without me having an escape route. So I can get off one more. So I'm going to do it. I'm not sure if that was reading too much or not. Mostly I was just checking if I could be cut or not. And that's the only thing you have to read at double digit Q is cutting points. And I don't see a way to cut me. So should be good. And even stealing the base, I don't know. I don't even think that many players could even steal the base at this level. But okay, I'm just going to stay strong. Now, if I lose Sente with this move, it would be a little disheartening. But from the basic reading, pretty happy with this result. Stay connected. I have eye space. All right, so he goes here or here. Let's reduce the eye space. Poke there, Atari there, push there. That is a side 6 with Hanes. So that's a bulky 5. So it's not quite alive. That's cutting points, but let's worry about us first. Ooh. Oh, I want to do a trick, but it's single digit Q. I can't do it. I want to go like right here, but that's single digit Q. Okay. Double digit Q, let's just survive. So expand eye space because we're at step 3. Are we alive now? Yeah, that's a tiger's mouth there. And an eye right here. So I have enough space for 2 eyes. Yep, that's plenty. I'm good. I can trust my life and death. If you're unsure, then you can go like right here and make life. You can expand right here as well, but that might poke the corner a little bit. But I'm pretty confident I'm alive. I spent the time to live. I'm alive. Okay. Disabling weaknesses. Check the cutting points. Boop, 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 boop. I get 2 stones, but I don't cut the group. Don't get distracted with 1 or 2 stones. You have to attack the group. Okay. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. There's a cutting point right here. This might cut the knight's move right there, but that's probably too much. I don't know if a double digit Q could read that cutting point. That's a knight's move. there's a Hane into a knight's move into a knight's move, so there's a cutting point, I believe. That might be too much. That might be too much to read though. Okay, so are we done with attacking? I think so. For now. I'll say for now. All right. No open sides, no open corners. Largest framework. Excuse me. Probably the bottom right. So we can invade. That's not one of our normal invasion points, so let's just try reducing. That seems easier. So we can reduce here, here, or here. I think the cap looks kind of nice with the center. Yeah. Looks okay. Looks okay. I could shoulder hit though into a shoulder hit. I don't know. I don't see a really good shape here. So let's just try. Let's just do a simple shape. I don't see the perfect shape here. It's a really strong 11Q. It's because he's watched so many all the Clossi Approach videos that I released. It's really really strong. Okay, are we in trouble with this corner? A little bit, so make the base or just connect to the outside. Or leave it as Miai. Ugh, tough choice. Tough choice. Tough choice. This is actually quite a tough game. So I can connect or I can make a base. Let's just make the base. Let's just keep it simple. Double digit Q basics. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. All right. Largest framework. Probably my center and the bottom. One of those two. So let's reduce. Continue our reduction. Ooh, this is a tough game. Okay, shoulder hits. And I think the neck shape is going to still also be a shoulder hit or a 1-point jump. Not sure which one has less cutting points. So 1-point jump or shoulder hit. I think the shoulder hit's better. 1-point jump. Shoulder hit. I think this one is better. Is this the largest framework though? So we've reduced black, but now this is territory, not framework, okay? So now we can't do anything. It's just Yosei at that point. Is this the largest framework? That top right is looking kind of big. So I'm between this move to build this move to reduce while building, or this move, which is a ko if you know your 3/3 invasions, to get 2 moves in a row, which would be awesome. This might be too slow because that's putting a center that's smaller than 1 quadrant. So I think maybe we need to make it bigger. Reduce while invading. So shoulder hit, cap, shoulder hit. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Also want to invade though. He's making it so hard. I want to count and actually, you know, read, but I can't. Okay, so let's just build the center. Let's just build the center. If we lose, we lose. It's fine. No big deal. As long as we play really good basics. We win the majority of the time with good basics. Okay. Okay. So let's attack this reduction. Because now his is starting to get bigger than ours since he's reducing. So let's attack this reduction. So let's poke and cut before anything else. Okay. Reduce while cutting. It's multi-purpose. I think it's pretty obvious, though. I think it should be obvious. Yeah, we're cutting off the reduction. Just attacking the reduction. Hopefully this is simple. Hopefully this isn't too advanced. Okay. Just keep doing it. Reduce while cutting. Okay. And cutting points. All right, we get to attack with our influence. Exactly what we want to do with our influence. So now all we have to do is just attack with the basics, and we should get some profit. Okay, so weak stone first. So I can Nobi. I can also Atari. But let's not worry about that right now. Just defense. Nobi. Single purpose. Nobi. Save the cutting stone. Okay, and we're going to save the cutting stone while attacking his. So boop. And we do have some Aji over here. Keep an eye on that. That is a large knight's move. All right. Are we cuttable? I don't think we're cuttable. We can lose all of the points on the right though. But okay, we're attacking, so just keep surrounding. And now we're pretty strong right here. So now we can start attacking from this side. So basically what I'm doing, maybe this isn't super obvious what I'm doing, because I think a lot of people might cap. But what I'm doing is I'm playing defense, but I'm running in the direction that's attacking him. So I'm defending those 3 stones. Now I'm going to defend this cutting point. So right here, that's a horse face, if you know shapes. Or I can turn right here, make a base. 7, 6, 5, 4. Yeah, that seems good. All right. So now we need to attack this group, and probably we want like 10 to 15 points on this group, if not kill it. Okay. Is that gonna cut us? Is that gonna cut us? That feels. That's our base, but aren't we connected? Oh, I think a lot of players would respond. So I'm gonna respawn one time. I'll respawn one time. Just to make sure the connection's good. That's it. As long as I'm connected. Because you're dying. You don't have time to attack me. All right. So we are fine now. So we want to attack this. So that's pretty okay, like 80% okay. This one's okay. So now we can start attacking this. So step one is base. We already did that. Step 2 is surround. It's kind of already surrounded. So step 3, ice base.
8, 7, 6.
So we can actually sack a period here. So first we want to poke the ice base. So we have poke the knights, poke the 1-point jump. And then the way they make eyes in the center, there's 2 ways. One is to just make the eyes with like tiger's mouths and pinukis and stuff, which is why 1-point jumps into tiger's mouth into pinukis are good. So we want to look at the tiger's mouths. The other thing we want to look at is any sort of forcing moves, which are over here. So let's poke the tiger's mouth. And then watch the forcing moves over here and over here. So I think there's less forcing moves on the left than the right. So probably want to poke the ice shape from the space over here from the right. So I can poke this knight's move, but what if he gives up the tail and runs? So I need to attack the whole group. So do shoulder hit. That's some of our shapes, caps and shoulder hits. So that one's interesting. So I'll just do this one. That one's also interesting though. And that one's kind of interesting, but that starts getting into 1-point jumps into table shape, which is eyes. So I'm going to Nobi. Less forcing moves if I Nobi. Because I'm not... They're running that way. I'm not really worried about it. I'm not really worried about it running that way. Okay, stay strong. Watch the forcing moves. Giving them forcing moves is how they'll get shape for life. But even if this lives... I'll be in a little bit of trouble this lives because Black took a lot of outside moves, so technically this needs to die. But even if it lives, I'm not gonna die, right? What I don't want to do is like let it live with my death. That would be bad. So that's the table shape. So that could be good. Here's the tiger's mouth.
10.
So I'm gonna take the tiger's mouth because that's what I just talked about was the tiger's mouth. And watch the escape routes. Make sure we're watching the escape routes. Cut. This is almost no thought. Cut off the escape route. Like, super important. Almost no thought. Cut the elephant. Alright, stay strong. Keep the escape routes gone. Watch the tiger's mouths. Watch the forcing moves. Okay, surround the whole group is right here. Attachment's another option, but that one might be too complex. So let's just simple shapes. Simple shapes. I'm really worried about this peep though, and come down, but he might not even be connected. Yeah, I think we're fine. I think we're fine because we have a double peep right here with this move. It peeps this cut and it lets me walk and cut the knight. So we have like a double peep right here. So even if he peeps us, but the more important thing is make sure we don't die, and we're good. Okay, so he fixed. So let's fix. Here or here. Which one has less forcing moves? This one has less forcing moves. Because if we go here, there's a double peep. Ah, that's too much reading, maybe. I don't know what's too much reading here.
10,
I'm just trying to play good shape. Like, there's here, 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 here.
6, 5,
The least amount of forcing moves.
2,
The least amount of forcing moves for your opponent. And when I say forcing moves, I don't even just mean the push and block. I mean forcing moves that might make shape. Like, forcing moves that make tiger's mouths. Forcing moves that threaten escape routes but also threaten an eye. So like me eye forcing moves. So you gotta be very careful. That's an eye, so we're gonna reduce eye space. Okay. All right, reduce eye space. Looks like he's got one eye. Block the escape route. That's a higher priority. Okay. This is Gote. So he has one eye right here. There's no way I can take it. Okay, where's the second eye? Over here somewhere, right? So 1 point jumps.
9,
Poke the knight.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Yeah, I think that's the vital point. If this lives, I think maybe a lot of players might let this live. So I might be attacking this too perfectly. But one thing I want you to notice is how strong I'm staying while I'm attacking. I'm not going like all in on the kill and like risking the health of all of my groups. I'm really watching the health of my groups. This one is safer. So yeah, this one is much safer. That cutting point right there is a little sketch.
10, 9.
Yeah, that's safer. Connect the safe way. He still doesn't escape. It's fine. Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm good. I'm good. Ooh. Ah. I missed the forcing move from Black. But I'm still good. I counted it. Because Black can go right here. And if I connect, then that's a ladder. That's not good. So if he goes right here, I have to Atari and then connect. So, oh, it's so hard to kill things. You almost never want to kill. You almost, like killing, don't make the game on killing. He just played so well that I had to. Um, Stay strong. It's a higher priority. Even if he lives, like I can't leave weakness. I am reading. Yeah, that was reading. But the thing is, I can't not see like forcing moves. It's so hard to like deactivate that. I don't like this black move right here is not double digit Q, and I'm reading a non double digit Q move and then countering it in my own head. Like neither one of those is double digit Q, but I can't, like it's so automatic to read forcing moves in my head, so it's so hard to just turn that off. Yes, killing is not a reliable strategy to win the game. It's so annoying. And when your opponent makes it so where you have to kill, it's so aggravating, but even if you don't kill. Yeah, even if you don't kill this group, just don't die, right? That's the higher priority. That's the worst thing that you can do right here is attack this group and die. Like that's the worst thing that could happen. So if he lives, it's a little bad. Um, so nervous. It's a little bad because he got so many free moves, but we don't have to kill it until single digit Q. We can honestly, even if we're losing, we can still win in Yosei, even if this lives, with a good Yosei. Okay, we don't actually have to kill this until single digit Q. At single digit Q, when they ignore like 4 times, you have to kill it. But at double digit Q, you don't have to kill. I think it's just it should die naturally if I'm staying strong. That's the theory anyway. The theory is it should die naturally. Yeah, don't. Yeah, I agree. Don't go for the kill and mess up your position. Okay, I have a cutting point right here. Do I have a cutting point right here too, though? This is awkward. This is really awkward. I have so many cutting points. Oh, this I hate
ten,
killing things so
nine,
much.
8, 7,
Oh, why
6,
is the game? I have 2
5,
cutting points.
4, 3, 2,
Sacrifice period.
1.
Read.
3 periods left.
Okay, Atari and Hane. That's too much. That's just too much. Let's just fix by taking a liberty. I don't know. Maybe fix here.
10, 9, 8,
I
7,
think this one's worse for black because it maybe opens up Audrey right there. I don't know. Ah, this is so bad for. I don't. This is like a single digit Q game, not a double digit Q game. I shouldn't be. I shouldn't be reading this much. But Demi is like pushing me into a position that's like Demi is playing really well. I didn't need to fix there. Are you sure? Here's one problem as well. I have to defend the things that I see. So even if I see a cut that a double digit Q doesn't see, I have to fix it. Yeah, but the problem isn't that these stones will die. The problem is the corner gets destroyed. So even if the cut doesn't work, even if they don't see the cut, and if I see the cut, I have to fix it.
9,
It's so
8,
aggravating.
7, 6, 5,
Oh, I
4,
hate killing
3,
things so
2,
freaking much.
1. 2
Here, here, Atari, connect, take, there, Atari, take. It's a blasted cow. Oh my gosh. I hate killing so much. I hate killing things so much. It's so freaking risky. Maybe I should just let him live and like take the points. This is probably too much. This is like too reading heavy. Okay. No, this is fine. I have this one's no risk. This one's no risk. Yeah, this one's fine. Is it fine? Is it fine? This one's fine. Oh, this is. I hate killing things so much. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna offer compromises. So what do we need from this? Profit, right? I'm gonna offer compromises. I can't compromise because I have to count if I compromise. I can't count at double digit Q. Oh, I can't count at double digit Q. Mother flower. This is he's doing so good with this life and death. Yeah, so he's alive. I told you he lived. This sucks for me. Oh, he lived. This is like really uh he should be single digit Q soon. He's only been playing for a couple weeks. That's a oh, you can do that? Oh, I should have cut. I should have cut. Oh, crap.
10, 9,
Did
8,
I just let him live
7,
for nothing? And did I get no profit from this?
4, 3, 2,
Fix this cut. This is too large. Like he's alive. He's alive. This is not a super hard mood to find, but like that's pretty good. Fix my cut. Ah, killing things is so hard, but it's okay. Like we made a point to not leave weaknesses. Um. Ah. So good. I used to play on Fox. I stopped playing a couple years ago on Fox because tournaments shut down. But when I was playing on Fox, I was 5 Don Fox.
10,
Okay.
9, 8, 7,
Time to Suji.
5,
I need a time to Suji. Just gonna play a poke, which may be a bad time to Suji. So I need to gather my bearings. Do I have a weak group? Yeah, kind of. Yeah, kind of. That sucks. I can't even start Yosei. I'm gonna lose. Yeah, he legit has been playing for less than a month, and he's been following the Clossi approach really closely. Ah, cutting points are Sente. Cutting points are Sente. Oh no! Oh no! It was so good for black. Oh no! Oh no! It was going so well. Okay, so now I can start Yosei. Because I'm very alive. Yeah, I'm very alive now. Okay, okay, okay. Um,
9, 8,
Second line Sente.
7, 6,
Second line Sente. Yeah, so this person's actually someone to follow if you're seeing this in the future. Um, because this person actually got recommended by a doctor to play Go, to keep up their mental strength. Um, and then they ended up finding my Clossi Approach series, and this is like makes me very happy that it's been this effective.
10, 9, 8,
Okay,
7,
so
6,
I need to attack.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Fudge, fudge. Defense. I've tried to play defense. I ran out of time to think. I think it was some Asian doctor. I think it was a Japanese doctor. You'd have to talk to Demi for more details. I don't know all the details, but I find it fascinating that a doctor recommend playing Go, and now they're playing Go quite a bit. And then they looked at my Clossi approach. It makes me so happy, and it's actually working very well for them. And it makes me very happy that the Clossi approach is helping someone.
7,
Uh,
5,
is this
4,
Sente?
3.
I don't know. I think it's not, but I was running out of time, so it's fine. Did you see the study over the um comparison of the 3-question IQ test of Go players versus like MIT? Um, it was either undergrads or graduates. I think it might have been undergrads. Like MIT students versus Go players in the 3-question IQ test, and the Go players outperformed them. So Go players, guys, we smarter than MIT students, kind of. In that one instance.
7, 6,
Um,
4, 3, 2.
Monkey jump. That one's Gote, so I have to play the Sente one. Play the Sente monkey jump. Yeah, it's just I think it has to do with our problem solving skills. I don't believe IQ tests measure overall smartness. I believe it can measure a certain part of smartness. And I was just happy to be compared to an MIT student and quote unquote score higher in a certain brain field. Um, Forcing moves. Forcing moves.
9, 8,
This is a forcing
7,
move.
6, 5, 4, 3.
Yeah, I think even playing chess or playing Go, keeping up your brain activity, I think is very healthy for you. Mm-hmm. And this one is Sente. This one's more Sente. Oh, no, I'm thinking too much. Nope, nope, just Sente. Sente, Sente, Sente. That's all it is. Just be Sente. It's fine. Don't overthink it. Don't count which one's bigger until single digit Q. Crosswords can help your English, but not really your problem solving, right? That's cool. Okay. I hope he's being careful. I hope he's being careful. Oh, don't be too greedy. Don't be too greedy. Don't be greedy. I like how he's trying to get like the maximum value for this though. I really want. I should have peeped before connecting. Um. Okay. Just keep reducing. I'm gonna make you play that move. I'm gonna make you play it. Said I'm gonna make you play it. Crap. Seriously, I can't make him play it. Dang it. Seriously. Ah, his reading's so good.
8, 7,
For an 11Q, his reading's so freaking good.
4,
All right, just do Yosei.
2.
Just do Yosei. Ah, it's really so freaking good. Oh man, it's a good game. I'm really impressed by Black. This cutting point's a little much though. Oh, more practice. I think it's game experience. Like less than a month. I mean, it happens. Just push the borders, push the borders. Oh, but such a good game by Black. I'm very impressed. Push. Okay. Um, is this Sente? I don't. This is really big, but it's Gote.
10, 9,
So,
8,
and we're at double digit Q,
7,
so I
6,
need to use our
5,
double digit Q
4.
basics. I need to use our double digit Q basics. I keep having to play single digit Q ideas because Black's pushing me really hard. Black's doing like Black's just doing really well. Ah, that's not killing. That is painful. Whatever. It's fine. I know, you shouldn't kill. You should not kill at this level. You should or sometimes you can kill. Like if you kill it's fine. It's just that shouldn't be like your only plan. Like if this lived and I lose the game, that's a bad plan. So you can see like I didn't die. That was the important thing. And then I had a chance to come back because of cutting point. But if you just die and they live, then you don't have a chance to come back.
9,
Then it's just over.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Whatever. I don't know. No. No, 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 no. Ooh, this is an exciting game. Yeah, it's fine that it lived, right? Even after it lived, we are still fine. And then we even got a chance to make a comeback. But if we base the entire game on killing it, we clearly failed to kill it. So that would have been a bad plan. But we attacked it strongly, so if it died, great, we win. But if it doesn't die, it's not game over. It's not great, but it's not game over, which is the important thing. That's what the important thing is. And it's a good lesson because like I even said like, well, we might kill it, but I don't know. But then he lived and like, oh, oops, he lived, but we didn't die because we attacked it with strong shape. All right. This is probably the biggest Gote move. Actually, no, this one might be. This one looks better. Check the cutting points. Look out for goose to Sujis. I think we're golden. I think we're golden. Yuppers. Um, is this one safer or is this one safer? I want to say this one's safer. Just the Liberties. Even though this is like 1 point more, I like. I'm worried about all the Liberties for a Goose to Suji. I really should be playing this one. Let's just read it. We gotta read it. That's the basics, right? Atari, 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 Atari. 1, 2. Connect. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. They're connected.
8, 7, 6, 5.
That's a capturing race because no eyes. So this is better.
最后一次读秒，还有2次读秒。
Mm-hmm. 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 Push for the Yosei, push for the Yosei, push for the Yosei. P13? Yeah, I'm worried about the... there's Yosei Tsuji right here, that's why I'm not doing it. Maybe there's not. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. I'm overthinking it. I'm overthinking it. No, there was a. There's not a clamp. Nope. Okay, I was overthinking it. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. These pushes are Sente for block. All right. This one's more Sente for black. So this one's better. Because the black push is here, it's Gote. Black push is here, it's Sente. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Just here. I'm gonna go here just in case. I'm That's a co-threat. No, that's a point. That might be a point later.
10, 9, 8, 7.
I'm being stupid. I'm overthinking
5,
things.
4, 3, 2, 1.
This one's better. Oh, thank you for the raid, Talnamja. Thank you for the raid. Welcome, everyone. Okay. Almost done. Alright, there's 1 point. I'm gonna play this first because Aji. I'm overthinking it probably. I'm probably overthinking it. But this one is Sente, actually. No Tsuji's in here, so I'm good. What's overthinking? Being afraid of my being afraid of my opponent playing a Dawn move. That's what I'm afraid. That's overthinking. Oh, I have to punish. I have to punish. Gusta Suji. Oh, what if black cuts Q7? Atari, Hane, cut, peep, there.
5, 4.
That's what I was reading. That I was reading that. Atari there, Atari, peep there, and I don't see anything else. I don't see anything else, especially with the eye right here. I think I'm good. But yeah. Thought I wasn't reading? You can read cutting points at double digit Q. You should always read the cutting points at double digit Q. It's the only thing you have to read. There's two things you have to read at double digit Q. One is cutting points. Two is the simple life and death when you get surrounded. So like the 3 in a row. Goose Tsuji is not a real Go term. It's a Clossi chat Go term from a funny story in the past. It's not a real Go term, but it basically represents a Liberty shortage to Tsuji or Liberty shortage problem being activated in Yosei or Dame. But basically, filling Yosei ends up activating a cut that didn't work before or something.
3, 2,
Uh,
最后一次读秒。
let's just go here. Yep. And I think we're good. I think we're golden. I- is this okay?
This one is.
I mean, I don't have to worry about it. It's just Dame. I can feel it. It's a funny story that I was playing against someone, and they were playing really fast, and oh, pass. And I already had enough points to win the game, but I knew they were playing fast. Isn't there something R3? No, there's not. Because you Atari this way and Atari this way. Turn. There's two Liberties. The two Liberties. Black plays first. All right, accept. Thank you for the game. Whew. Totally thought I might lose. Totally. That was not even close. Not even close. Totally thought I was gonna lose. You are correct though, TK. I should have checked that before passing, but I was trying to tell the story and I didn't check the cut. Oh no, Demi, you like played amazing. Can you accept? Accept. Accept. Accept 30. There we go. All right, 49 and a half. Thank you for the game. Okay, yeah, that was that was really tough for a double digit Q. You played really well. Oh man. Like look at this graph. You look at the graph. You can see that I actually made a mistake. Like letting that live is super big blunder. Um I should be up by way more if that dies, but not killing it is super painful. But there was actually really good eye shape in there. I didn't expect that. So maybe here's better. It's so hard to kill it. I think the AI is gonna can yeah, I think the AI can find life. It's so hard to kill things. This is why you can't base the game on killing things. I thought this one had the least amount of forcing moves, but maybe it was this one. But I was looking at this. The AI says don't kill. Wow. Yeah, the AI says don't even try to kill it. Just don't worry about killing it. Just make points. Which is, of course, it's the Clossi approach. Why did I try to kill? Why did I try to kill? Yeah, I can do that. I can poke over here. I can threaten this, which actually it's more single digit Q. I think direct attacks is a double digit Q, but it's single digit Q. The way you attack this is by threatening other things in order to kill this. So you just give yourself like multiple ways. That way you give yourself multiple ways to win the game. Is you either say I'm going to get points up here or over here, or I'm going to kill you, and it's a lot easier. Um, so Demi, you say you still lost by 50, and I wasn't really trying. It's true that I wasn't playing like Dawn level, but I was playing absolute best double digit Q that I could play. Okay, and it was close. Like you took the lead by half a point here. You actually had the lead, and I had to, and then you missed a cut. Oh, that cut really hurt. That cut really hurt. Um, yeah, you took a lead by 5 points. You took a 5 point lead. So Goose, you did really really well. That's the best I can play at double digit Q. The best double digit Q basics I can play, and you took a 5 point lead in the middle game. Oh, good game. Good game. Okay, so the Goose story is I was on KGS and I was playing someone and I had won the game and they insisted on playing it up to the end and they were rushing. And I thought that there was a certain pattern on the board that if they keep rushing, they might rush. If I can encourage them to rush the dame, it might activate a cut. But I had already won. But keep thinking of the next strategy or whatever. So I filled the dame, and he kept pass, 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 and he was telling me to pass. And I was filling the dame because I wanted to see if he would, play too fast and let me activate this cut. I didn't need it to win because I'd already won, but I was, trying to finish the game and seeing if I could get another kill out of it, or another cut out of it. And it was just like I was just trying to get like one. It was I was gonna get 1 point out of it because he's supposed to fix after the dame, so it was 1 point. So fight for every point, right? And he kept telling me to pass, and he ended up filling the dame himself, and I activated the cut. And then he got really mad at me and started yelling at me in chat. So I called a moderator, and then he started wasting moves. He wouldn't finish the game. He kept wasting moves. He started like filling his own territory. And I started passing, and he wouldn't pass. So I called a moderator saying my opponent wouldn't finish the game. The moderator told him, "Why are you not finishing the game?" He said, "My opponent wasn't finishing the game. Your opponent was playing dame." He told him that the opponent was playing dame. That's well within their right. But you're just filling your own territory. That's bad manners. And he's like, he was bad manners. And then he started talking to the other guy in their native language or some other language. And the guy was trying to explain to him that it's not against the rules or against the terms of service for someone to finish out a Go game and filling the dame and cutting off a group. And he said it's bad manners. He's like, that's neither here nor there. It doesn't matter if it's bad manners for him to fill dame to win by more. It was bad manners to fill your own territory instead of passing when the game was done. And then they started arguing this other language, and I was curious what they were saying, so I copy pasted it into Google Translate. Okay, I copy pasted it into Google Translate, and that is where the conversation got really interesting. Because he pretty much said, he's like, why do I have to fill Yosei against the game's already decided in his mind, because I had already had enough of a lead to win. And I should have just passed instead of trying to get more points. He said the game was already done. I shouldn't have to fill dame, and the moderator was telling him that it's not against the rules to fill dame, and not against the term of service to fill dame, and it's not even considered rude to fill dame. And he was explaining to him, he said something that I'm sure in his language was some sort of cuss word or strongly worded phrase, but Google Translate translated as "up my goose, I'm gonna finish Yosei." And so I shared this story on Twitch, and we were laughing about the phrase "up my goose, I'm gonna finish Yosei." And I was laughing about how the Yosei and the Dame activated a cut to make him say "up my goose, I'm gonna do that." And someone said that it was a goose Tsuji. It's now a goose Tsuji, and so the joke ended up taking on its own form of becoming our own internet go term of goose Tsuji, where you fill dame and it activates a cut and bad things happen. So basically, if you activate a cut in Yosei, or your opponent misses a cut being activated in Yosei, we started referring to that as a goose Tsuji because the story and joke ended up taking on its own form through back and forth interaction between me and chat with the story, thanks to a Google Translate mistake. And so we ended up developing our own term called the goose Tsuji. So it's not a real Go term. It's just a Clossi chat Go term. Yeah, Google Translate's amazing. Okay, Google Translate's awesome. When someone starts getting really mad and they start arguing in another language, just copy paste it into Google Translate. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing. So yeah, that's the story of that. Um, Yeah, that's the story of the Goose Tsuji. Okay, so let's get into the review. So to clarify, Demi, you've been playing Go for less than a month, right? Less looks like 2 months. You've been playing Go for 2 months. About a month now. Okay. Oh, because July 21st to August 15th. So almost less than a month. Yeah. So almost a month. Almost a month. You've played a total of 275 ranked games. Now, about 2 months. Yeah, because June. Yeah, June is important. Okay, so almost 2 months. Almost 2 months. Okay, so almost 2 months. You played 109 by 9, 113 by 13, and you've played 275 ranked games. Now, have you watched any other lectures besides the Clossi Approach? All per Clossi Approach. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Doing the Clossi Approach recommendations, starting with the small boards, working your way up. That's great. Did you? So is it only the Clossi Approach? Yeah, he did exactly like only the Clossi Approach. Wow, the poster child of the Clossi Approach right here, with, of course, the cool dog and the hat. Okay, we just got to poster child right here of the Clossi Approach. Okay, so you did come from a chess background. Okay, I will say one um coming from a chess background does give Go players a slight advantage. I have seen a lot of evidence of that, but it's not like an amazing amount of advantage, but it's definitely an advantage. So having a chess background or some sort of strategic, yeah, this I love the picture of a dog. Coming from a chess background does give you a slight advantage, and you started with a very systematic approach, and had, I think, the Clossi Approach lectures, but it still makes me very, very happy that the Clossi Approach has been this effective for you. 11Q in under 2 months. Like, if you can get single digit Q by the 21st, so in like 3 days, 3 days, it would be single digit Q in 2 months. But that's fine. Honestly, I'm happy that you were able to do this. So I think like post a child of the Clossi Approach right there for new players. Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's great. All right, so let's go into the game. So you made this really difficult for me, so I was really impressed by it. So open corners first. Okay, and then I did this one. I think after playing this one, I want to say this one is probably just going to be easier for double digit Qs to follow, because I think this Joseki is just a lot easier. Or maybe here, it might be easier. I think this Joseki just might be easier for players, and if they do this, this stone being on the third line is probably a lot easier. So after playing this, I would say you need to learn it eventually, but complications arose from this one that maybe you just don't want to deal with. So it can be style choice. Yeah, you did great, Demi. You did great. So maybe this one, maybe just here. But it's not like this is a bad move. This isn't a bad move by any means. It's just a little bit more complex. So yeah, I went low because black's here and settled quickly. But then black ignored the weak groups, and I'm gonna say that's your biggest weakness, is you're ignoring your weak groups too much. Now, for me, the highest priority is defense. But what if I chose to play offense and just deal with this and punish you for your ignoring? Some players will do that. Like, what if I chose to punish your Tanuki? You got to be very careful about that. So this creates a very difficult game for you. Now, Tanuki to attack something is really effective against the Clossi Approach, simply because defense is the highest priority. But be aware of that what you're doing technically can be punished too. Like just because like so you're kind of doing like rock paper scissors right now. You're ignoring the defend your weak group to attack my position to be faster. And that's good against someone who plays defense first. But against someone who plays offense first and punishes you, then that's going to be really dangerous. However, I do still recommend defense first for now, simply because you won't die, right? And that's the biggest priority. That's the biggest thing that'll lose you games is dying. So against the majority of players, defense first should work. But even here, I played defense first, and it was still okay. And I chose the direction of play. You could have also chose this one. Yeah, fighting is kind of the most important thing in middle game, though. It's how you win the game. So you don't avoid fights. You just gotta learn. You just gotta have to learn them. The biggest weakness for you with the biggest weakness with, we'll say, talent, meaning those who improve very quickly, is the lack of game experience. So avoiding fights is avoiding gaining experience, which is the biggest problem that you have. Like everyone has more experience than you right now. As a new player, everyone else is going to have more experience. So you need to gain experience as quickly as possible, which is why we say play a lot of games as a beginner, right? That's the biggest problem that you have is experience. So don't run away from fights. Just you got to learn how to fight. But it's not like this is unplayable because this is a very light shape. But you're kind of learning something slightly. You're practicing something that's slightly different than the Clossi approach. Not bad, but very complex, and complexity leads to reading intensive situations, which is not double digit Q friendly. Okay, so I chose here. The other option was to actually play here, to support this stone, because if we play out a normal Joseki, I will get Sente, and now I have support with the stone, so I can go attack you. That is another option that I could have chosen. I could play a situational Joseki, so instead of proper direction of play, I can play situational, and prioritize Sente and punishing you over direction of play. That is a choice that I could make, but that's more like combination and single digit Q stuff. At double digit Q, we don't have to worry about it. We can just play normal, and even if our opponent plays faster than us, we'll catch up just because they're going to run out of Sente eventually. Okay, this is not one of the double digit Q Josekis, but very valid here, especially on this board. But I think after this, Tanuking instead of attacking the stone that's attacking you, I think is too passive. Yeah, avoiding the fight. That's a good word for it, because here is actually a good chance for you to attack the stone. This is too slow for white, but defense first, I'm trying to like help that stone. I could have said that A is weaker than B. So another option for me could have been just to play here or play here to help the A stone and make the claim that A is weaker than B. So maybe I have multiple weak groups, so defend the weakest one first. And that could have been a thing. At single digit Q, we'll talk more about attacking your opponent for defense, which is a lot more active defense, which is going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to do that. But right now, just defense first is fine. Get to single digit Q and then do more reading intensive stuff. But even though that I'm not even playing like the most ideal moves. I'm just playing simple over defense, right? And I don't die, and I'm still doing okay. Even against like a really talented 11Q, I'm still doing pretty good. It's difficult, but it's still okay. So you can get to single digit Q with over defense. This is fine. This is slow. This is very slow. If you wanted to take my eye space, you should have put the maximum pressure and take the eye space. So if you wanted to take my eye space and attack me, you want the maximum pressure to attack. But after you do this and I play here, this is 2 spaces away. In addition to a 1 space jump on this side, it's way too light. It's way too far away to attack this severely. So just save it for later. This one is much weaker. So if you're going to attack the one without a base. Don't attack the one with a base. You want to attack the weakest stone on the board. You want to help the weakest group on the board. You want to prioritize defense first. You really should be playing like the Joseki here. Make some eye space. And if not the eye space, then run away. That's the Clossi approach. And then the single digit Q Clossi approach, which we'll learn starting next week, actually. Um, and for those on YouTube who don't understand what I just said, I'm recording these out of order because we made a little bit of a blunder, so I'm recording these out of order. But on stream, we will be starting this next week where we actually will attack for defense, which we'll call aggressive defense. We'll explain more on that at single digit Q, but that is another option here going forward. So to reiterate what I just said, you try to unsettle and attack a group with a base instead of attacking the group without a base. Also, you chose attacking before defense. So technically not Clossi approach. So you did give me a free move here. And so I went and played defense. This one, not so sure about, because the question is, are you weak? That's the question. If the Clossi approach says we should be defending this one. Now we do have Aji right here, which this is, I don't know if you know this, but if you don't, this is a shape to learn. It is a one space jump on the third line when there's a stone right here. Boom, 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 boom. There is Aji right here. There's a lot of Aji. However, this Aji doesn't really do anything on this board because there's not even a Tsuji, because there's no cut. There's nothing. This Liberty has to be filled for that to work. Now if a stone was right here, that would be a world of difference. But I think you're okay. I think you can still block, even if I do that. That's all I get. Maybe I can do some forcing moves so I can settle. But that's it. It's just Aji. So is this really defending something? Is it attacking something? Because attack would be to slide to steal the eye space. It's kind of like the star point Joseki. Here, here, here. You slide to steal eye space. Same concept. So if you wanted to attack, you would slide to unsettle first. You unsettle, then you surround. If you thought that I wasn't alive or I didn't have a base, then you would either take the base or you would choose surround, which is cap, cap, or shoulder hit. So this one, I'm not really following the logic of that one. So I'm just making my base, I also take your base while making my base, which is really nice. And you ignored again. So finally I start attacking you. Finally, I'm settled everywhere. I can start my offense. I haven't even gotten to big moves yet. All I'm doing is playing defense first and then offense. Okay, surround. And here, I tried to surround again. Could have also just played defense. This might have been actually more powerful in hindsight. But it's fine. Just surround, stay connected, defense, defense, defense. This shape is very loose. That's a Hane into a Knight's move into a Knight's move. So this is very much cuttable. And this actually probably cost you the game. Cost you the game, quote unquote. Because this cut actually ended up killing this whole position. So this shape right here ended up potentially killing this whole position. If you compare it to something like this, you can see this is a lot more connected, and that's a one space jump instead of two Knights moves. And also this one is probably more ideal because this one's not cuttable at all. Yes, white can go here, but it goes and cut you right here. But that's one cut versus three. And you can just run away. And then last but not least is just connect. That leads to a tiger's mouth. Still cuttable. Like, still cuttable. But maybe just run away. That doesn't work. Just run away. Still cuttable, but it's okay. One cut we can deal with. One cut is not that hard. But this one looks like you're trying to be fancy with your shape. Fancy people go broke. Because fancy people have to pay for their mistakes later. Pay for that bad shape later. So later in the game, it ended up killing this group. So I played defense. That's fine. You blocked your base. I made my base, and now I'm alive. So I go and just play a big move. I kind of expected this one. Just defend the points and then reduce. Just defend the points, defend your base, and then reduce the framework. This is actually not too bad. Gotcha. Yeah, just fix the connection directly. It's more effective until we develop more reading. If you're going to fix a cut, fix it directly with the least amount of aji, because the more aji, the more reading we have to do. The more reading you have to do, the higher chance you're going to make a mistake. Okay, so this is the way I expected this to go, and kind of looks good for black. This is not bad because I have to defend. And then I actually thought, I wasn't sure how aggressive you were, but I was looking at the aji here, and to cut off this stone because that's a extra large knight's move. Um, so I was really worried about this, but I was like, defense first, gotta follow the basics. So yeah, I immediately start trying to help this stone, and yep, and then I build the moyo while reducing. Which, if you guys have been watching the Clossi classes, a good way to deal with moyo versus moyo is to build while reducing. But basically, I think mine's bigger, so I'm building it. And you said mine's bigger, so you went in. Very good choice. This led to a complicated fight, but it's just one weak group, and one weak group's easy to handle. However, you started getting into trouble when you started playing knight's moves for defense. If you want to defend up here, just fix. Boom, boom, and now run away. There's no cutting point. Okay, there's no cutting point. Just fix up here as fast as you can so you can get to the weak group and just focus on one weak group. If you just have one problem, it's very easy to handle. But if you have multiple problems, like blocking and watching that cutting point, it becomes very difficult to handle. And now I cut, and this is very dangerous for black because this is a weak group inside of the white moyo. Okay, so I just play defense. And here, I'm not capping. I'm not going for the tiger's mouths just yet. I am running while attacking. Now, I could also run this way. That one's also acceptable for now. At single digit Q, we'll talk about picking the one that also pressures your opponent. So this one was a little bit more powerful, but I think a lot of players would play this one. I think running this way just makes more sense. But I could have also run this way at this level. That's fine too. The point is, I'm playing defense. I'm prioritizing defense. I'm not capping you. I'm playing defense. Then I focused on my large knight's move cutting point right here. So defense. This is tanuking a weak group. Your corner is absolutely alive. You need to be playing on your weak group. So this almost kills you. And I really considered ignoring you to go attack. But I'm like, let's just make sure I'm connected. Because let's say I start poking the eyes. What if this? Oops. Cutting points, right? So I said I will spend one move to make sure I'm connected. Because after you defend, boom, 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 boom. One stone to stay connected. As long as I'm connected, I have eye space, I have connections over here, and I'm fine. So I even sacrificed the move to over defend myself. I made sure that I'm okay so I can focus on attacking you. But then you defended. This is a Yosei. This is just a second line cut. It's one stone. The group has a base. The group has eye space. There's nothing wrong with black up here except for one stone. And this whole group right here is dying. So this gave me a huge chance to win the game. So now it's a really big headache for black. So ignoring your weak groups definitely is the big thing. Okay, so you're running away. I'm just attacking you with strength. No big deal. Poked right here. This is not connected, so this is not defense. This is not connected. I could have punished right here and just directly cut. This might have been easier for me in hindsight. Hello, Rednor. But I'm not reading. I'm just cut the whole group. Don't get distracted by the tail. Cut the whole group. Even if it lives, it should still be okay. Yeah, I'm just surrounding. I'm trying really hard not to read this out. I think this is good. Because this move is a vital point because it's a double peep. Because it's a large knight's move plus a peeped 1-point jump. So this is a double peep. So I think this just kills you. but surround the whole group. Just even if they live, surround first. Don't go for the kill without good reading. Don't go for the kill without good reading. It's very dangerous. Um, so I'm just surrounding the group. If you live, you live. Surrounding the group, watching my cutting points. If you live, you live. So now I'm at step 3. Now it's surrounded again. So now I'm reducing eye space. You expand your eye space. That was really good. Use forcing moves to expand your eye space. I'm poking your eyes over here. I'm not really focused on reducing right here because you might make an eye over here, which I don't know. Maybe it was fine. Maybe this was the way to kill you. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. So 1 point jumps in tigers' mouths. I talked about that during the game. Just keep poking. Just keep poking. It will be fine. I was looking at this move here because there's so many forcing moves. It's so hard to kill things. And if I defend, doot. Okay, and then I saw this and then I countered it by going here. But I'm reading too much and like I don't even know. Like I'm automatically reading. It's really hard not to read. Just automatic reading. Shape here is questionable, but it's fine. I'm just staying strong. I don't care. Like I really wanted to kill you, but even if you live, like as long as I don't die, that's the big thing. This was really painful. I didn't expect this to come out this way. This is really painful because if I go for the eyes, I have a cut right here, and I also have a cut right here. Let me just here. And these 2 stones are very damaged. This whole corner is damaged. So I actually have a lot of Aji. So I fixed right here. Maybe I should have fixed this one first. I don't know. I have a lot of Aji. I have a lot of problems. This one was too greedy. I should have tried to do... I should have read that you had the forcing move here. No, that might have been okay. The way you did it was actually pretty good. I actually like this. Yeah, but I should have read these forcing moves in advance. That's my bad. And I'm like, okay, stop going for the kill. Stop trying to do life and death because what I'm doing is I'm trying to push your eye space without reading instead of watching my own weaknesses first, and that's wrong. If I was going to push your eye space before defending my cutting points, I have to read properly, but I'm specifically not reading this out. So I wasn't doing very well of the Clossi Approach right here. And it ended up costing me a lot of points too. So at this point, I'm like, just stop trying to kill. Just, he's alive, let him live, defend your cutting points. Defense first, defense first. Even if you're losing, defense first. Okay? I got too caught up in trying to kill this because if I had time to read, I was confident it was dead, and so it was really hard to not want to try it. So, hey, Jesper. I think it was a bit of a mistake of the basics for me to try to kill this, and I think you punished it by just living. And thankfully, I still got Sente because I focused on attacking with strong shape. So even though you lived, I was able to still go play defense. However, if you consider this move part of the attack and defense, then I might have this might be Gote. It depends on the reading here, right? But I might have had to live in Gote. So you defended, and so thankfully I ended in Sente. So my attack wasn't a complete failure. If I had ended in Gote, it would have been really bad. So I can start Yosei. So I just start poking this, and this is where your big blunder came in. You have to defend this way because you have cutting points. Letting me cut right here is a game-losing move. So at this point, the game's probably just over, and it's just we finish Yosei, and I had a big lead. But it was still a really good game for you. But I would say if there's something that you need to work on, it would be your attack and defense. And I would start with defense first, and then punish your opponent for not playing defense first by attacking them after you're strong, and then you can go back and play your big moves that you're already good at. I would say that's the attack and defense is what you've got to work on to get to single digit Q probably. This game was very exciting. You can read quite well. Um, for an 11Q, you're reading quite well. Your big moves are pretty decent. Your shapes are pretty good for an 11Q, like really good for an 11Q. But neglecting defense, if I was just a tad bit more aggressive, or if I applied single digit Q aggressiveness, you would probably be in a lot of trouble. So as soon as we start the single digit Q Clossi Approach stuff, you're going to be in a lot of trouble if you don't master this defense first. So take your time and work on that. Even if it takes you another month to get to single digit Q, I think master attack and defense at double digit Q, and then going to single digit Q, uh, we're going to work on aggressive defense and punishing our opponent for ignoring our offense attacks. So, and then finding a little bit more time to do stuff. Yeah, so thanks for playing. Hopefully you did enjoy that. The SDK on the live stream will start next week. And actually on YouTube after, so this video is going to release, and that'll complete all 5 videos um, of the 15Q to 10Q. And next week we will start the single digit Q Clossi Approach, and start recording and releasing those. So yeah, this was a good game, but yeah, attack and defense, that's what you need for the next 2 ranks. And hopefully you found that helpful. And hopefully everyone on YouTube and stream found this one helpful. This is a very exciting game for the double digit Q series. Very, very exciting. Yeah, it's definitely a balanced MI. Like I said, your biggest enemy right now is experience. Yeah. Your biggest enemy is going to be experience. That's the the problems of being too talented at the game. You lack experience. But the way to counter that is gain experience. Play defense, play offense, get some experience, get some game reviews, right? Practice. That's gonna be the best thing you can do. So yeah, that will conclude the Clossi Approach video. So as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time.